In this short video, I would like to review just the most basic aspects of working with Google Docs. And the beginning of that is, how do you create a brand new Google Doc? Well, I could come right up to the new button and just say New Google Doc, and that would take care of it for me. And when I named that document, it would just get dropped into all these other files at the bottom in alphabetical order. And that's fine, except it's not a very good organizational strategy. So I'm going to try to do a little better than that. I know where I want my document to be, so I'm going to go into that folder first. And for this example, I'm going to go into my sample folder. Once I'm there, then I can choose New Document and create it that way. Or I can even just right-click in this space and choose New Google Doc. Either way, it creates the new document. But the benefit is it creates it inside the folder where I want it. So the organization is happening for me as I do it. That's why I'm going to start in this folder. Now, let's create the new document. I can just come here and click, and that would give me a new blank document. But I want you to know that you can come out to the side and you have a choice between a blank document or creating from a template. And I'll just show you the templates for a moment. There are several that come built in with Google Docs. They're usually more formal documents, resumes, project proposals, as you can see, things to create brochures, formal business letters, etc. But you can certainly find things in there sometimes that you might want to modify a bit for what you're doing. If someone in CREC creates their own template that they want to upload for students to access, they can certainly do that as well. But today, we will just go with the basics. We will do a new blank document. You will want to title it. Let's get a title done right away. And I'm going to title this, delete this later, because this will prompt me that this is not a real document and I can delete it and kind of clean up my Google Drive a bit. But you'll want to give it a title. Pick a title that is a good title, that makes sense to you. A title such as Meeting Notes doesn't really help you, because you will sit in a lot of meetings in your year, and then later, which notes were those? So give it a date, give it the name of the meeting, put the student's initials in the title. Put things in the title that really tells you what the document is, that 6 weeks from now it will still tell you what the document is. A lot of things will make sense to you in the moment, not so much later. Now, as we're typing here, I'm just going to put in some sample text so that we have something to work with. And that's really all we need. I just want you to see that once you start working on your document, editing a Google document is very similar to working with a Microsoft Word document. And I think most people have more familiarity with Word than they do Google Docs. And so those skills will come right over. For example, we've got the menus across the top that will give you most of the same tools. You can copy and paste things. You can undo. You can view your various rulers. You can insert images and tables and drawings, and we'll talk about those in another video. You can do some formatting that we will talk about later. There are some tools that you can add and so forth. If you drop down, you've got your print. You've got your print option. You've got what size do you want to zoom? Do you want to see your text a little bit bigger as you work? And that's fine. That's not changing the size of the text when you print it. It's just changing how you see it on the screen. You can choose from various fonts. Here you can change your font size. You can highlight things and put them in bold or italics or underline. You can change your text color. You can center the text. All of the same things that you would do to text in a Microsoft Word document, you can do here. So your editing is basically the same. So I don't think I need to review that very carefully with you. I just want you to know that it works in that same way. When you are finished with your document, Google is always saving things as you go. So it will be saved for you. You will know that's true because of the little check mark in the cloud right there. If you click on it, it'll tell you all changes have been saved. So you don't really have to do a save, and you've already titled it. You can just close it if you're done with it. If you need to download a copy, You can download it as a Microsoft Word document, as a PDF document, or as a number of others, but usually PDF and Word are our two most common options. You can also come to the bottom and choose to print to one of the printers that you're connected to. So just the same way you might do with Microsoft Word, you can do here. So creating a document, the basic editing skills, printing, downloading, very straightforward in Google Docs. The last thing I would show you is you may not be creating a new document in your Google Doc. You may want to bring in a document that you have on your computer. And you can do that as well. Again, by right-clicking, you can upload files. You can upload an entire folder of files. Or if you have something like I have right here on my desktop, you can just take that and drag it in and it will upload it for you. This is a Microsoft Word document. You will see by the time it gets uploaded, it has been converted from the Word icon to the Google Docs icon because of the settings that we did in our last lesson. And now this document is also ready to be opened, edited, and printed, downloaded, or whatever you need. So hopefully that just gives you the basic skills of working with Google Docs. Now let's dig a little bit deeper.